Hi everybody, Lawman Mike here with www Lawman Guitars. Boy, do I have a really cool guitar for you today. What we've got is a 1965 Gibson Melody Maker D. Now the D was a lot different than the standard Melody Makers. As you know, the Melody Makers had the one little pickup sitting in there, and most of them were sunburst. This one, the D, stands for double pickup. So what we've got is pretty much an SG shaped body with two pickups, and boy, do they sound great. They're single coil pickups, which are unlike a lot of the Gibson guitars, as you know. So they were very special pickups back in the day and still today. Now this particular guitar is original from head to toe. It's got the original tuners, which they did not use cloisons on these back in the day. This was more of an entry-level guitar, believe it or not, or a student guitar. And that's really about the only thing that points to it not being one of their higher-end models, which they would have used cloisons on. I got a couple of them that look like they've been bent over time, but they certainly still work as they should. Now, this guitar, like all our guitars, is set up perfectly by Jeff the Tech here in Des Moines. He does a fantastic job. It's just got great, great action. That's the neck pickup. Let's hear them together with the back one. Wow, almost sounds a little out of phase, doesn't it? And then let's crank that back one. Wow. Okay, so an awesome, awesome guitar. Now, what we don't have, and I want to point this out, this guitar has the Gibson whammy system, which it would have had a whammy bar on here. I have to tell you, I'm not a big fan of the Gibson whammy systems. So what we did is we left this one as set up as a hardtail. We went ahead and have the bridge set up in such a way so that it wraps around the bridge as opposed to coming through the tailpiece. Now, you can certainly change the setup and get yourself a whammy bar. I don't have the original whammy bar, and that's the other reason why I set it up this way. But after you played it with the whammy for a while, if you're a gigging musician, you'd probably want to eliminate that just like I did here. Now, the guitar's got the Gibson switch tip, which are worth a lot of money all by themselves. It's got the correct Gibson knobs. It's got the Gibson pickup. The Melody Maker logo on the pickguard is in beautiful shape, as is the Gibson on the top. Now, the date stamp on the back identifies this guitar through all the Gibson websites as either being a 1965 or a 1968. The only way to really tell what these are is get inside. We checked the pots. They're 1965 pots, so we are standing by it being a 1965 guitar. Great action, really no buckle rash. There are, of course, some scratches and dings on a 1965 guitar. Few things from probably hitting the amp just right on the neck. But it's still got the Gibson strap buttons on this guitar. I mean, it's really, really been kept in beautiful shape. There is some finish crazing going on. It's got the original finish on it. It's a mahogany finish. It's got a nice, deep, bright red finish. And it's got finish crazing. Now, those in vintage guitars know the finish crazing is something that you want to see in these old guitars. They used a very, very, very thin coating of nitrocellouse lacquer on these guitars, so light, in fact, that it was very susceptible to temperature changes, the guitar being hot or cold. And what happens is they get these little fine scratches. It almost looks like scratches in them, but those are finish crazing marks, which you want to see in a guitar of this age, especially Gibsons. They were famous for that. This one has that. So it's absolutely beautiful. The pickguard is in great shape. I'm just looking at the screws. All the screws are correct. There is nothing on this guitar that wouldn't be correct on this guitar. Now, that's enough, but we also have, which we strive to have on all of our guitars at Lawman Guitars, the original case. Now, you're probably saying, well, wait a minute, that's not a hardshell case. You're right. The student model or the Melody Makers came with a softshell Gibson case, which is exactly what this is, and it's, as you can see, in absolutely beautiful shape. It's got all the latches, which all work. It's got the original handle, which is in beautiful shape. It's got the hinges on the back, which are still attached. Even the little leather piece, which usually gets deteriorated and breaks off, is here. So let's open this one up and see what we see. Wow, this has got the brown interior, which identifies it as a Gibson case. If it was another color, I would say maybe it's not a Gibson case. This is the Gibson interior. The only thing wrong with this case is it is missing the accessory box. You can see there's only part of it here. If I had another one, I would have put it in there. I don't have any. You can make one up yourself. So, but it's in beautiful shape. Really nothing in here to report. Of course, there's little pieces of it missing, but from where. But an absolutely beautiful case that, if given proper care, will last you forever. These guitars and cases were not meant to last as long as they have, but they really overmade these guitars. Another nice advantage of buying vintage guitars, you're buying quality. Think about it. The stuff that you're buying today, you walk out of the store, it's worth half of what you just paid for it. What kind of sense does that make? You buy this guitar and you sit there and you take care of it, you play it, you enjoy it, and my goodness, it's worth more next year. What a great concept that is. So that's the reason I got involved in vintage guitars, is they're much more fun than putting your money in the bank. You can actually play with them. So why don't you treat yourself? Everyone's buying pedals and amps and all kinds of stuff to try to make their guitars and amps sound like vintage stuff. Why don't you get on the vintage bandwagon? Everybody else is. Listen, these guitars are made to be played. A lot of them have been sitting around for too long. We at Lawman Guitars put these things back into shape, and they are ready to gig right out of the box. So we ship everywhere. I've been shipping guitars to Russia and Finland, UK, Australia. Thank you, mates, for all your business. It seems like I'm sending a guitar to Australia every week now. We're very familiar with shipping guitars out of the country. We do a lot of it, and happy that you've been supporting our auctions. So check us out at www.lawmanguitars.com. We've got probably 20 beautiful guitars in there that you can look at. There's demos like what you're seeing here today on our website. You can check that out. Also, I probably have 70 guitars listed in my eBay store. So go to eBay and look up Lawman Guitars, and you'll find my my eBay store. I've been an eBay seller for 10 years, and so I know how it works. My better stuff will show up in the website. My more modest instruments and parts and accessories and all the stuff that doesn't make it into the website is in eBay. So check them out. We've been doing this a lot. I really appreciate all your support. Don't forget, I buy guitars every single day. If you got a cool guitar, it's been gathering dust, give us a call. My number's on the website, and let's talk about it. I'd love to talk to you about cool old guitars. If you have questions, you want to talk about one of these guitars, give me a call. So check them all out at www.lawmanguitars.com. Thanks for watching today.